What's up, fuckers?
Hello and welcome back.
I think we should
This
start like
is
that.
What's up, fuckers?
What's up, fuckers? And then,
Okay, sure.
well, I don't know. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to No Real Plan.
And we got a special episode for you today because Omar's gonna cancel us.
I want to talk about Israel because it's been a hot topic for a while now, and
Hey, it's really hot right now.
I think Alex and I are the right people to talk about this. I think we're the right people. No Real Plan is the right podcast to cover
the,
geopolitics.
the right platform.
The right platform, the right intellectuals to cover this topic. Real quick though, I don't know if you noticed, I've kind of decorated behind me.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got a whole setup going on.
Yeah,
So
it
did
looked
I. I
like I
got
was
my
in an
name back there.
insane asylum.
I got my name
So
back there.
I have a calendar behind me that has
I
nothing on
saw
it
that.
besides numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't got much either.
Okay, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna go ahead and cover. I'm not gonna cover everything. Obviously, this is a very big topic.
Very,
But
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so last week I told you about the video about the guy talking about putting human meat in McDonald's.
You did not talk about it. You just said we would go over that.
Okay, so I looked it up. It is debunked according
Ooh.
to Google and some other places. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna play that. However, I do have this CBS News report. Human and rat DNA found in burgers, scientists say. So I was sort of right. Um, so in a newly released hamburger report by Clear Lab, scientists say human DNA, rat DNA, and other discrepancies were found in some of the burgers they tested. Clear Labs tested 258 samples from 79 brands and 22 retailers, from retailers and fast food chains in Northern California. Fuck! They're testing over here. Damn, that burger I had probably had human and rat DNA in it.
Oof. That's not
Yeah,
good.
the sample representative of both national brands and brands of the West Coast. We also examine products for nutrition, content, accuracy, such as calories, carbs, blah 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 blah. Of the 258 sample size, Clear Labs says human DNA was found in one vegetarian burger. Oh, this is why you need to not eat vegan, vegetarian. Just go straight.
Straight from the cow.
I Yeah, I wonder if vegans and vegetarians are okay with human DNA. It's not
I doubt
animal.
it.
It's
Big
not
doubt.
animal. They love
I,
animals. They don't love people.
that's true.
I don't know. We're
They
gonna ask
tend to
Gabby
love
about
animals
this.
more than people. We need to bring her on and be like, so
Yeah, ask
I
Gabby.
hear I hear you hate people. Would you eat
Uh,
one?
while it's unpleasant, it's important to note that it is unlikely that human DNA or rat DNA is harmful to consumer health. It's not harmful, Alex. You can have some rat and human DNA. That's fine.
Nice.
What many
Hell yeah.
customers don't know is that some amounts of human and rat DNA may fall within an acceptable regulatory range. I've heard the same about rat shit that you can have. They
Ew.
have a certain amount that's allowed.
Good protein or what?
Yeah, they're not perfect. You
It's
could allow
gross.
some in your
But
in
then
your
again,
meat in your.
I guess rats are kind of like the pig, where they're really gross, a really gross animal.
What if rats are delicious?
Exactly. Just like a pig.
Yeah. What if we're missing out on the most delicious meat we've ever had?
I don't think we are, but
I don't know, dude. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to cover that real quick because I talked about it last week. So I was sort of right in a way.
not really.
There's
You started off with it got debunked.
well, but also they found human DNA in burgers, so I wasn't completely wrong,
Just in
right?
burgers in general.
Yeah, I mean they didn't really specify if it was McDonald's or not, but I'm gonna assume it was McDonald's. Have you seen the fucking burger that sits out for days
Yeah,
and days and nothing happens to it?
they're so yeah. I saw a video of someone who did it with a Wendy's burger, I think a Burger King burger, and then McDonald's. And McDonald's was the only one where it was like still good.
Even the other two, though, the other two took a while for it to actually get
Yeah,
some
it did
sort
take a
of,
while, but still 2 weeks, 2 weeks afterwards, and they were turning blue and all
yeah,
nasty.
all fuzzy and shit. And then the McDonald's
Yeah,
burger, I think it was like 300
McDonald's
and
like
something
nothing.
days, and it was nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
Good as new.
that's bad. That's real
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, so moment of truth. We're gonna jump over to Israel.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, this might be anticlimactic, but tune in, folks. Hold on to your skirts. Okay, so the Balfour Declaration of 1917 was a statement by the British government expressing support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. The declaration made by Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour was significant
Damn.
in shaping the future of the region and is often seen as a catalyst for Israel Palestinian conflict.
So this started in 1917.
Yeah, so essentially the British government chose where the Jewish people were going to have land. Probably didn't check with the
Uh,
Palestinians to see if they were cool with it or, you know, what they thought of the whole thing.
it's probably what has to do with all the beef they got.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't help. So, to express support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. This declaration was made in a letter from British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to Lord Lionel Walter Rothschild. I don't know if you've heard of the Rothschild family.
Rothschild, yeah, aren't they supposed to be
Um,
like one of the wealthiest in the world?
yes, yeah. So they started off as a banking family. So
Yeah.
they're really good at funding both sides of wars and coming out on
Mhm.
top. Yeah. I think originally they got really rich because they told, I forgot which country they told that the British had lost. So
Uh-huh.
it tanked their whole economy, and then they bought up their bonds. I forget what it was exactly, but they lied to one country about another country losing the war because back in the day, it's all
Oh,
word of
okay.
mouth, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and that's how they got rich. I forget exactly how it is. We might cover that at some point. But
I just know I've heard of the Rothschild, and I know it's like one of the strongest,
one of the wealthiest
most
families in the world.
powerful, yeah,
Yeah,
family
yeah.
name.
Let's see. So rights of non-Jewish communities. So it was explicitly stated that nothing should prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine. Contra no, contradictory promises. At the time, Britain had also made conflicting promises to Arab leaders regarding independence and to the French regarding the administration of the region, leading to significant controversy. So, this also began the Zionist movement, which the declaration marked the turning point for the Zionist movement, providing official recognition from a major world power and encouraging Jewish immigration to Palestine. Yeah. So that was the beginning, right? It didn't actually happen until 1948. So
That
officially they
was
that was the creation of Israel is in 1948. So on May
okay.
14th, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, proclaimed the establishment of the State of Israel. US President Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation on the same day.
So
Okay?
we were
So
attached almost from the beginning.
from the get we've been there protecting them, helping them, providing weapons, money,
Hmm.
whatever they need, which I still don't know why. Like I don't,
Hmm.
because if we were Germany, then I would be like, oh yeah, what we did to the Jews, we should probably
Yeah.
help them get a homeland. But
Well,
the
and
US,
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that like I guess maybe because of World War II, we're like, okay, let's help them out. But this was even before World War II.
I think it was Yeah,
1948,
right
1917
before,
is
right?
is
Well,
yeah,
no,
19.
1948 is when we officially got involved. Because
No, it
19,
says although the United States supported the Balfour Declaration of 1917, which favored the establishment of a Jewish national home in Palestine, President Franklin D. Roosevelt had assured the Arabs
Arabs, yeah.
in 1945 that the United States would not intervene without consulting both the Jews and the Arabs in that region. So they were pretty kind of involved, maybe not as heavily.
Yeah, so we supported the Balfour Declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I don't know who was the. Oh, was it Roosevelt at the time?
FDR, yeah, looks
No,
like
not in
no. That's
1917. Yeah,
1945. Yeah,
1945. So
yeah,
in 48, when they were established, that's when Harry S. Truman recognized the new nation, and we since then, at least,
have been
we've
more
we've
involved. Yeah,
been
I
we've
guess
been
you're right.
pretty involved. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Truman announced his approval recommendation to admit 100,000 displaced persons into Palestine, and in October publicly declared his support for the creation of a Jewish state. Okay, yeah. So, all right, I just wanted to get a little bit of the history, but now we're gonna do
The
the
actual conspiracies.
yeah, not really conspiracies actually. So we're gonna go with this
Let's
first.
see,
So
because
let's see.
everything. I'll start off. All the research I did, everything's talking about how it's a conspiracy, how it's anti-Semitism.
Which what exactly though? Like what does it say?
So
Like which
first,
things are conspiracies?
it's here. Let me pull it up. Um, the whole. I think it brought up 9/11. It brought up the
Okay.
2016 election.
Oh, that was blamed on Israel.
And then there's a lot of this, a lot of
Oh, the myth
Jewish.
that the Jews control the world.
No, no, but the like, look at the websites. There's a lot of World Jewish Congress, Holocaust Encyclopedia. Uh,
So it's just Jews being like, no, it's a
yeah,
conspiracy.
it's a lot of that. Like even if you go to the next page,
That's Hebrew right there on top.
yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of rationalist Judaism.
So it gives their opinion first, and
My
any
Jewish,
any.
my Jewish learning.
So anything that goes against the Jews, they say no, no, no. It's all
Yeah.
conspiracy,
So
and they're the
that's what I
first
got
ones
from,
that
and
pop up.
even AI Google, like even AI was like, Israel related conspiracy theories often stem from geopolitical tensions, anti-Semitic tropes, and paranoia regarding Israeli intelligence capabilities. Common often unfounded Common, often unfounded narratives includes allegations of use trained animals for spying, controlling global events, example 9/11, controlling governments like the 2016 election or Zionist occupation government, whatever that is.
Yeah,
And
that's APAC before it became APAC.
uh
Yeah, it's a lobbying group. Well,
but
in Google's defense, you did look up Israel conspiracy theories.
no, but I tried looking up another thing. I just forgot what it was. This is what I just looked up recently. But
Of course, the first ones that are going to pop up are like, yeah, there's tons of conspiracies about Israel, but they're all false. They're all fake. We swear we're
well,
the good guys.
what'd you search up then? What were
Okay,
some things?
so the first thing I searched up was I asked ChatGPT because I like ChatGPT because it can make a list of certain things. So I
Okay.
asked for U.S. Israel relations, a decade by decade timeline. So
Okay.
1948, the U.S. became the first country to recognize Israel just minutes after its declaration of independence. 1956, during the Suez Crisis, the U.S. pressured Israel, the UK, and France to cease military operations against Egypt, marking a significant instance of U.S. intervention in Israel military affairs. President John F. Kennedy expressed concerns over Israel's nuclear ambitions, leading to a temporary freeze on U.S. arms shipments to Israel. Huh. The Six Day War saw the U.S. providing diplomatic support to Israel, solidifying the strategic partnership between the two nations. So essentially, I asked, can you expand every single year since the creation of Israel? Um,
Friend Mexican Omar.
oh yeah, I told it to call me friend or pal.
Or Mexican
uh,
Omar.
yeah, highlighting key events that have tested the U.S. relationship with Israel. So, let's see. Partnership, the Camp David Accords, brokered by President Jimmy Carter, led to the Egypt-Israel peace treaty, Israel bombing of Iraq, Israel signed memorandum. Damn it. Assassination of Israeli Prime Minister. The 9/11 attacks led the U.S. to focus on counterterrorism, with Israel's security concerns aligning with American interests.
Mm,
It is interesting that we always align. We always tend to
yeah.
align when we're attacking Muslim countries. U.S. invasion of Iraq and the subsequent instability influenced Israeli security policies and U.S. Israel coordination. This actually didn't really help. Um, I did ask if JFK expressed concerns about the American Zionist Council. Yes, President John F. Kennedy did express concerns about the American Zionist Council, primarily through his administration enforcement of the Foreign Agents Registration Act. The AZC, which is the
Yeah.
American Zionist Council, was founded in 1949, was a pro-Israel lobbying organization in the United States. It represented several Zionist organizations and was involved in advocacy on behalf of Israel. So now they are APAC. So that's the same.
Hmm.
That's the same organization. So
Just different
essentially,
name.
they go they go give money to certain politicians that align with Israel.
They they fund them pretty much.
Yeah, essentially they send them some money and they say, you know what, since we gave you some money, you're going to go ahead and say that you support whatever comes
Mm.
across your desk that is pro-Israel. You're gonna sign it. You're gonna smile, and you're gonna go ahead and take your paycheck.
So you think this all stemmed going back to Rothschild? You think it all stemmed from that?
I think it's a I think Israel's been used as a tool to destabilize the Middle East.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
because
you're saying pretty much putting the Middle East as the common enemy,
their enemy is
our enemy.
any Muslims really, and yeah, their enemy is our enemy. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the Tucker Carlson interview with Mike Huckabee, which is he's the ambassador to Israel on behalf of the United States. So he has an
Uh,
office in Israel, but he acts on behalf of the U.S.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so they had a conversation. Let's see, where'd it go? Damn it, I had it saved. Oh, right here. Let's see. So Huckabee said that. So Tucker accused the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, of prioritizing Israel interest over Americans. Actually, let me. I'll go back to this one. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to go all over the place.
All right.
So, okay. So Israel has said that they are our greatest ally in the Middle East. That's why we need to have great relations with them because they are the only Christian nation, which they're Jewish, so they practice Judaism, but they claim
Mm-hmm.
to be Judeo Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we align, and that's why we go along with whatever they say about the Muslims and all the wars that they've had with them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which is crazy because yes, the majority of the U.S. is Christian, but the whole point of fucking U.S. is freedom of religion. You know, freedom of speech, freedom.
yeah, well that's why they have a pretty strong hold on the right wing because
Because
they're
of
the right
Christianity.
wing are Christian
Yeah,
and all these.
which I was never a fan of. Even though I'm a religious person too, I the whole point of I forget which president it was, but it might have been Washington. But they emphasized on saying that you should not be putting politics with religion
Yeah, the separation of politics and
and religion.
yeah.
But yet here we are.
Yeah, it's I think it's used as a tool to force
Manipulate.
people to, yeah,
Yep.
to force people to make certain decisions that they wouldn't otherwise make. So I think a lot of Christians would be against what Israel's doing in Palestine because they're literally murdering people since
Hmm.
since the beginning. So
Yeah.
I have a list of the different wars. So right off the rip, 1948, the Arab-Israel War started 6 months of civil war between Jewish and Arab militias when the Mandate period in Palestine was ending, and turned into a regular war after the establishment of Israel and the intervention of several Arab armies. So finally, they signed an agreement between Israel, Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and which it's established the armistice lines between Israel and its neighbors. Since then, though, we've gone into Lebanon, we've gone into Syria.
Hmm.
Yeah. They had the Palestinian, whatever this is, Palestinian attacks and reprisal operations carried out by the Israel Defense Forces during the 50s and 60s. Suez Crisis, that's Egypt, Britain, France, and Israel. They went against Egypt, I guess, to try to take the Suez Canal.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so they've had a bunch of wars, dude. They've
Yeah.
been fighting against Palestine, fighting against
Yeah.
Lebanon,
They've been fighting for years.
Gaza, and they call it a war, even though it's not a war. Like Gaza doesn't get weapons from anybody.
Mm.
Yeah, Israel controls anything that comes in and out of that region.
Yeah, and speaking Gaza too, with what happened recently, the fucking shit going on recently with Gaza, where I don't know if we talked about it. I think we saw a video on it where Charlie Kirk actually explains it that he visited Gaza, and when he visited, nothing but armed fucking soldiers everywhere.
Yeah, the October
Israeli,
7th attacks.
yeah,
Yeah,
nothing but armed Israeli soldiers. So he's like, honestly, I don't believe it. How come all of a sudden there were no soldiers there? And the who was it? The what was the other country? The one that
who?
walked into Gaza and started attacking
Oh, so it
civilians.
was it was Hamas. It's
Hamas,
like
yes,
it's like the gang, I guess, for
yeah,
Gaza
yeah. That they
or
just walked
Palestine
in and were able to fucking kill
to
and
get hostages, behead
hmm.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He's like, how I don't understand. Charlie Kirk himself was explaining, like, I don't understand how that was possible when I went, like, it was armed to the gills. Like, wherever you look, there was someone with a gun.
yeah. That's how it is. The IDF is walking around
Yeah.
everywhere,
So that's
and
why, when I heard that interview, I was like, damn, that is kind of weird.
that's why a lot of people say he got shot because he was starting to
Yeah.
ask some questions, and that
Yeah.
one's a big one because um, that's essentially saying that the Israel government, the Israeli government, and the IDF stood down to be able to let
Exactly.
Hamas go in to
Yeah.
have a reason to attack
Hmm.
Palestine again,
Yep.
and it's
Dude, because
it's it
I remember when I first saw that, I was like, how the fuck can you possibly do, like, dude, I was on the Israeli side during that time. I was like, dude, that's brutal. What the fuck?
yeah, and
So,
that's the thing. You don't hear about any of the other shit. Like
hmm,
you always hear
yeah,
one side.
yep,
And it's always Israel defending themselves. Like, oh, Israel has the right to defend themselves. They have a right to be a country. Yeah,
yeah,
everybody has a right to be a country, but people also have rights to not be bombed daily.
hmm, yep,
Dude, it's so fucked up. I've seen videos of settlers going in, like Israelis going to Palestinians' homes and just taking it,
yeah,
just like kicking them out, being like, "No, this is ours now. We own this."
hmm,
And
yeah.
yeah, they're so
It's.
heavily armed by the U.S. It's wild.
I think that's when I started like waking up about it, and I was like, huh, that is a little fishy. Now that got brought up.
Yeah. What sucks though is that talking about Israel it gets a little
Sensitive.
sensitive because you can be
Yeah.
called an anti-Semite quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it's not about Jews, you're not talking about Jews, you're talking about Zionist Jews, but you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about Israeli Zionist Jews. Those are the ones that we're talking about. We're not talking about
Yeah.
Ashkenazis. We're not talking about, the fucking what are the other ones? Forgot the
I
other ones.
couldn't tell you.
The ones with the twirlies from New York.
Oh yeah, the one-
The Hasidic Jews.
the
Yeah.
ones that were coming from the floor, coming out of the
The
floor.
tunnel
Yeah,
Jews, the Hasids. That's a whole different topic. See, that's the thing.
that
If
one was weird.
you can also talk about the Hasidics and the practices they have, dude. It's wild. They have a practice where I forget when it is, Passover maybe. They get a
Hmm.
chicken and they put it around their head and then they cut the neck and let it bleed
Uh-huh.
because they're essentially saying that they're passing all the bad juju.
Uh-huh.
Play on words, the bad juju onto this chicken, and then they slit its throat and let it die. And they do this out in the street, dude. I have video
Oh
of this.
fuck.
Yeah. So the Jewish people have some very strange practices.
Hmm.
That's not anti-Semitic to say though, but you just got to be careful because when you say, "Oh, all Jews are this, all Jews are that," that's when it gets
Well, yeah,
a
that's
little
when you're.
squirrely.
That's when stereotyping is,
Exactly. You can't
which is
just yeah
stereotypical.
yeah
When you're
you can
saying all anything, you're being stereotypical.
exactly. And that's not the case. We have the Gaza War, Israel Palestine crisis, Syrian civil war. They invaded Lebanon, invaded Syria. So Israel's been getting it, dude.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen what the Greater Israel plan is. So they want to take
Mm-mm.
parts of Jordan, parts of Syria, parts of Lebanon. They want to make an
Well,
even
yeah,
bigger state
I
of
have
Israel.
heard. Yeah, I have heard of that. They want to pretty much take over all the neighboring countries of Israel. That's the whole beef, is not?
Yeah, so all the Middle East essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah, and let me see. That's actually something that
yeah. Because
Mike Huckabee,
isn't it where they isn't it the whole thing that they claim that that's their land because of like
because of the
God?
Bible.
Or yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm familiar. I'm familiar.
So let me see. So land claims. So Huckabee stated in the interview that it would be acceptable for Israel to claim all the land in the Middle East, referencing biblical passages. This remark sparked significant backlash and was later described as taken out of context by U.S. officials. That's really what they believe, though.
Yeah.
They use the Bible as a reason to just go ahead and take land.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, dude, I mean, we saw videos. What was it? I believe last week where they're talking about how they were gonna bomb. Um, I don't know who, what country it was exactly, but they were like, "God willing, we're gonna win, and we deserve this," and blah blah blah.
yeah, yeah. According to them, they are the chosen people, and they
Hmm.
deserve everything. Really,
Yeah,
us goyim just are here to be cattle.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Okay, so on top of that, I also have there have been individuals with Israel who were found guilty of espionage. So we also have for example, Moti Maman, an Israeli, was convicted in an Israeli court for making secret contacts with Iranian operatives and received prison sentence. That one isn't as bad because that's it's not really anything against us. But we have where's the other one? Jonathan Pollard was a U.S. naval intelligence analyst convicted in the U.S. 1987 for spying on behalf of Israel. He served about 30 years in prison before being released. This case is widely known and documented, though not in the search results above. Huh. Interesting. Yeah.
That's
So this.
weird.
Yeah. So this guy stole U.S. secrets and sent it to Israel, or he
Mm.
was doing it on behalf of Israel. Um, there was also a story that I saw from Vegas.
From the Vegas shooting.
No, so this one
Or
was this one was also mentioned by Tucker Carlson in the interview with Huckabee.
mm-hmm.
So there was a guy named Tom Artyom Alexandrovich, which is a man from Israel. So he was one of nine arrested, or eight arrested for child sex predators arrested during undercover operation. So multi-agency operation targeting child sex predators led to the arrest of eight individuals over the last 2 weeks. The Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children joint operation included detectives and agents from ICAC Task Force and FBI's Child Exploitation Task Force. So, yeah, they got eight men. One of them was an Israeli citizen, and he fled within 2 days to Israel.
Oh, so he was able to escape?
Yeah,
I thought they were able to capture him.
no, if they go to Israel, they can just kind of get away.
Damn.
Yeah. So let me go over this. This article I found from CBS News: How Jewish American pedophiles hide from justice in Israel. So Tel Aviv, no, it's a tense stakeout, waiting for Jimmy Julius Carroll to appear. He is wanted and is considered dangerous, accused of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl in Oregon in 2000. He fled to Israel before authorities in the U.S. could apprehend him or figure out where he went. Caro has been running from U.S. law enforcement ever since. Currently, Interpol, an intergovernmental policing organization that works with 194 countries, has a red notice to alert police worldwide that he's a fugitive.
Mm.
So it's a widespread problem. CBS News investigation has found that many accused American pedophiles flee to Israel, and bringing them to justice can be difficult.
Damn.
Jewish Community Watch, an American organization that tracks accused pedophiles, has been trying for years to find Caro and help bring him to justice. Um, yes, pedophiles. It says more than 60 have fled from the U.S. to Israel. Given its limited resources to identify these individuals, JCW says the actual number is likely much larger. So you would think that a country that relies on us for defense, for money,
Yeah.
for all these things would cooperate and help us find pedophiles. Why are you protecting pedophiles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and then I was gonna say, wasn't Jeffrey Epstein Jewish too?
Yeah, he was Jewish. He didn't exactly work for Israel, but he had ties to the Mossad, which is the CIA of Israel.
I was gonna say I heard a conspiracy not too long ago of the reason why he was so famous was apparently he had the, I don't know how exactly, and this could be a stretch, but hey, it's a conspiracy. Um, that he had the ability to pretty much take over, help older celebrities take over a younger celebrity's uh, identity and body and stuff, and so they can live to be younger. Because you know how there's that thing where they take younger people's bloods to look younger and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the whole Selena, we talked about this I think yesterday. The whole Selena Gomez, there's a
Being dead.
conspiracy that she's dead and she got cloned, or not cloned, but someone took over her identity. There's a certain celebrity who's older. I forget her name, Gina Davis or something like that. I think her name is. Let me see if I can look it up.
Yeah, Gina Davis from A League of Their Own
I think so. Let me see.
and Bonnie and Clyde, I
Yes,
think.
her.
Or no, not
Yeah,
Bonnie and Clyde. There's another one.
yeah, Gina Davis. Here, let me
Yeah.
pull it up.
Oh, do
Where
I need to
she?
stop sharing?
Oh yeah, you do.
Go ahead.
Where she kind of does have similarities
To Selena
to
Gomez?
to Selena Gomez. Obviously older, but like if you look at Selena Gomez now, okay, let me see. Do Gina Davis,
Young?
Selena Gomez? No, no, no.
Oh, like a
Like look at her
comparison.
now, and like the face features are like pretty similar. Like right here, right there. Like it looks nothing like Selena Gomez anymore, and obviously it looks like
Oh
she had
God.
plastic surgery and stuff. You know.
Well, yeah, she
But
had lupus and she was
look
going through
right
some
there.
shit. Interesting.
So and the whole conspiracy is that Jeffrey Epstein helped Gina Davis take over Selena Gomez's body and then just take the identity of Selena Gomez. So Gina Davis is now younger. She's still popular. She's still famous. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the conspiracy going.
I like those type of conspiracies.
But yeah, dude, you see those similarities and you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? And then yeah, I saw there was a video where Selena Gomez was talking when she was younger versus the way she talks now, and it's
It's,
completely different.
yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of people though. They were saying
Yeah.
that about Biden too. So if you compare Biden from like '08 to when he was president,
Hmm.
massive changes. I think one of the biggest things they point out is the ears. Apparently, your ears always grow, but or like continuously
Hmm.
grow, but they
Yeah.
don't change as far as like
The
the earlobe
features. Yeah.
connected or off. And apparently the ears were way different compared to '08 to president time.
Kanye's obviously another big one.
There's been a number of people. Hillary Clinton was one of them too. They used to say that she had body doubles because when you see her out in
Hmm.
public, it looks like a completely different person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not
It's
to say that
scary.
there's maybe they're just like I don't want to go out in public. I just I'm gonna have a body double go
Do it
so
for
they
me.
can
Yeah.
take their pictures and
Yeah.
paparazzi can do what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
that
It's
that that would make more sense. But yeah, the whole ritual of like make me younger, make me still famous, that shit's scary.
I believe it, dude. Because there's a lot of people that were beautiful when they were young, and then you get older and you're like, damn, I wish I still
What
looked like I
happened?
did
Yeah,
when I was a youngster.
and dude, there's an easy solution to help cover it up by just saying, "Oh, I just had a bunch of plastic surgery."
Yeah,
So, because that's
and it's
what's
not
being said about
it's
Selena Gomez.
and it's not far off because it's not like people don't get plastic surgery.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, let's see. I feel like I haven't done justice with what I wanted to talk about today. I'm all over the place. One thing I did want to touch on is dancing Israelis. I'm sure that came up when you looked for Jewish conspiracies.
I did see something about that, but I didn't really like that didn't catch my eye.
Okay, so the Dancing Israelis was a group of guys were seen celebrating and filming the Twin Tower
Oh yeah.
attacks.
Yeah.
So they got detained by the FBI because they got a bunch of calls from people that saw them
We're
celebrating.
concerned, yeah.
They were detained for about 2 months. According to the FBI, nothing was found. They were sent back to Israel. That was it. Nothing else happened. And then you have the Israeli art students that they were there is video of this of students that were in the Twin Towers and they said that they were doing some sort of program for art in the Twin
Hmm.
Towers, right? And I've
Hmm.
seen pictures of the area where they were working and you see boxes and I've seen people that look up those boxes and the numbers and the name that are on the box and it coincides with essentially not bombs, but detonation type, well, bombs, I guess.
Hmm.
And a lot of people do say that they heard explosions coming from the Twin Towers on on the day of 9/11. Because a lot of people don't believe that
Oh, I see.
just the planes itself were the ones to take the towers down.
Yeah.
So
That
there is a
yeah,
couple
there's a lot
connections
about that.
of Israel with 9/11. Yeah.
Hmm.
So the owner, some Larry Silverstein, never missed a day in his life of work, except that day. Apparently, every Jewish
I haven't
person,
heard about that.
apparently every Jewish person didn't go to work that day.
Damn.
Um, he got
Is that
insurance.
true?
Hard to verify because you
Okay.
look something up and it's like no, it's an
Yeah.
anti-Semitic conspiracy
That's all
theory.
I've gotten. Yeah.
Everything's an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory if it has to do with the Jews. Um, So yeah, so a lot of people miss that day. They were going to have to destroy the twin towers at some point because of asbestos.
What is
And
that?
asbestos is, you don't know what asbestos is?
No.
It was this compound that they use for building material. So
Oh, okay.
they used to make houses with it. They used to make a bunch of shit with it.
And that's
But
how they made
then
the twin towers, or what?
I guess so. Yeah. So
Okay.
apparently there was a bunch of asbestos in there. Um, that's the whole thing about mesothelioma. You ever seen those commercials? Like, oh, have you ever been exposed
Hmm.
to asbestos? Do you have mesothelioma? You have a lawsuit. You can win money by suing or whatever it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a really dangerous thing because it was causing breathing problems and all this other
Hazards.
shit. Yeah, and so Larry Silverstein bought the twin towers, and then he found out about the asbestos. So instead of destroying them, they him and some other people came up with a plan to get his money. So
Hmm.
he got insurance against terrorist attacks on the twin towers a couple months before the twin tower attacks.
Uh,
So
Damn.
he made out big. Yeah. So he made out big. It was honestly that's why I do think that it was a conspiracy, not a conspiracy theory. Like it's a conspiracy fact that the day before 9/11, right, the Pentagon, Donald Rumsfeld goes up and talks to people that the Pentagon cannot find, I forgot how many trillion dollars,
Hmm.
that we don't know what happened to that money.
Yeah.
Right, the day before 9/11, and then 9/11 happens, we forget about it because now we're focused on terrorists. Now we want to go attack Muslims because they are the ones that attacked us on 9/11.
Yeah.
Larry Silverstein makes a killing off his uh, terrorist attack insurance that he got on the
Hmm.
buildings, right?
Yeah.
Um, the U.S. government is able to spy on us because they did the Patriot Act, because they said, "Oh, you know what? We're worried now because now all these terrorists are going to come, and maybe they're already in the U.S. We have to tap people's phones to see if there's any terrorists, just to be safe, guys." And then
Yeah.
the Americans were like, "Ah, yeah, go ahead. These
Yeah.
damn Muslims, we don't trust them." Yeah, and it was guys holding box cutters that attacked
Hmm.
us on 9/11, and then they found one passport miles away, untouched, not burned or anything. Just happened to find a passport. And then they found out that like three of the people that they claimed were on the 9/11 planes were either dead or still alive at home.
How how
Dude,
is that possible?
I don't know. I think they just got a random list of people together and be like, yeah, these are the guys that attacked us on nine
Yeah,
eleven.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dude, that is one of the biggest conspiracy, well, not, see,
Yeah,
when you
I
call it a
honestly do.
conspiracy,
I do think 9/11 is one of the biggest conspiracies we have.
because a conspiracy is really just people conspiring to do something, and
Hmm.
they conspired to have this attack be like, they let it happen. Bush knew
Hmm.
about it for sure. He let
Yeah.
it happen. Have you heard about the conspiracy about that, about him at the school too? This turned into a
Yeah.
9/11
How
episode.
he was reading to the kids and how
Yeah.
they told him, and he ended up finishing the book or something like that, right?
Well, not just that. The words that the kids were repeating, because the teacher was like, "Okay, can you read this word?" And they're like, "Kite." Okay, can you read this word? Hit.
Hmm.
Plane. I forgot which exact. It was the words that the kids were saying that they were being told to repeat was like steal, plane, hit, fall. It was like it had to do with a building being hit by planes, essentially.
Damn.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
haven't heard of that.
oh, dude, look it up. It's
That's
the
crazy.
fucking 9/11 conspiracy hole is a
There's
massive
so
one.
much on
And it's
that.
really not a conspiracy. Like it's so obvious that we've been lied to and they allowed it to happen just to go to
Mhm.
war with all these Muslim countries for no reason, really.
Yeah.
I mean, no reason to benefit us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say real quick before we move on from 9/11. I think this is something you might like. I just looked up the dancing Israelis from
Yeah.
9/11. There's a documentary on that. It's like 6 episodes.
Sick.
So if you're interested, it's called
On
9/11
YouTube?
Suspects: The Dancing Israelis. I don't know where it's at.
Oh, sick. Can you read
That's
the thing?
in the days. Oh, hold on. In the days after 9/11, while Ground Zero continued to smolder, millions heard Dan Rather and various media outlets repeat vague and unconfirmed reports of arrests that took place that day. These rumors held that Middle Eastern men, presumably Arabs, were arrested in explosive packed vans in various places around the city of September 11th, and that some had even been photographing and celebrating those events. Oh, but they're claiming it's
They're
Arabs.
saying it's Arabs.
Yeah. What most do not realize is that those reports were not mere rumors, and we have thousands of pages of FBI, CIA, and DOJ reports documenting those arrests.
When was this made?
Um, let's see. It doesn't give me anything else. What the fuck? Let me go back real quick. It was made by James Corbett. It does not tell me. Oh, 2016, September 10th, 2016.
2016.
Yeah, was when the episodes aired. Oh,
Yeah,
but where can I find it?
interesting. Probably YouTube.
I don't know. I feel 9/11. So
You know what's
there's
another thing that
oh,
happened?
it's about 9/11 suspects. So it's a bunch of, and then the last one's the dancing
Ooh,
Israelis.
the dancing Israelis. Interesting. I might check this
Yeah,
out.
yeah, dude.
Rudy
I'm kind of
Giuliani. Oh, he's in there.
yeah. It's like a specific episode for each suspect, I guess.
Yeah, I like it. You know what was another thing that happened during that time?
What?
So they shipped all the steel. So after they collapsed, they
Hmm.
obviously gathered all the rubble, and they sent it to China for some reason. Like
For like
didn't
the Twin Tower
yeah,
excess?
yeah, like pretty much the twin tower, everything that collapsed at the twin towers, everything was
Uh,
shipped to China for
huh.
them to just process. They didn't even wait for an investigation. They were just It's so interesting that the government just has the answer right off the rip. They're just like,
Hmm.
"Yep, it was Al Qaeda. They attacked us for our freedoms. They hate us. They
Yeah.
chant death to America, and we're gonna go bomb them. We're gonna go to
Yeah.
Iraq and Afghanistan, even though they have nothing to
But
do with it."
dude, I mean, it worked. I remember during those times, everybody was like, "Yep, I'm gonna join." Like,
Hurrah!
there was a huge spike in in the amount of people that joined the military because of that.
I wonder if people are really pissed off. Like people that went to those wars, I wonder if they're just so pissed because they know that it's just a bunch of bullshit. Like Vietnam. Vietnam, we know it
Hmm.
it was they told us it was for one reason that we went over there because we got attacked. One of our ships got attacked.
Yeah, something like that.
And yeah. And it was just bullshit.
But I don't know. I don't know about Vietnam because Vietnam was kind of before my time. But as far as like the Afghanistan war, the Iraq war, um, I feel like there's so many people who are like, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, even
Like
even
to this
recently,
day.
yeah, I was gonna say even recently, people are like, "Nah, those Arabs, it's the
Yeah,
Arabs." It's like,
exactly.
dude, I'm pretty sure you've been convinced that it's the Muslims, that
Exactly.
it's the Muslims that are the fucking the biggest enemy in the whole world. Like I think we're trying to get we're they're trying to convince us that Iran is our one of our biggest enemies, that we need to be
Hmm.
super worried about Iran, even though they've never done anything to us at all.
Yeah.
They're just minding their own business over there in the Middle East. We have no reason to be in the fucking Middle East at all.
Yeah.
We've been there for so many years. You know what's
Yeah.
another thing?
Agreed.
Another thing that Israel did that pisses me off is the USS Liberty attack. So the USS Liberty was a Belmont class technical research ship that is notable for coming under attack from the Israeli Defense Forces during the 1967 Six Day War. She was originally built and served in World War II Blah 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 blah. In 1967, Israel Air Force and naval units attacked the research ship. During the Six-Day War, Israel later apologized for the attack, stating it was a mistake.
I
Uh,
do remember.
Liberty
I
for an
have heard of
Egyptian.
this.
Yeah, so it was mistaken for liberty for an Egyptian ship. Although the reason for the attack has been disputed, Liberty would eventually be decommissioned sometime after the attack. So let me see. Where's the? I forgot how many people they killed on this one. Uh, so it resulted in 34 crew members being killed and 171 wounded.
Yeah, I do kind of remember hearing about that, but vaguely,
Yeah, it's
where
just
it was just swept under the rug. They were like, "Oh, misunderstanding. Sorry, wrong ship."
whoopsie daisy. Sorry,
Yeah,
friends. It
yeah,
was we didn't see that giant American flag that's on there. We fucking we thought it was an Egyptian flag
yeah.
somehow. Yeah,
I do remember hearing about that.
dude, stuff like that. It's like
Scary
how are we
world.
how are we friends? It's
Beats
like
me.
did you ever have a friend that your mom made you be friends with? Like she was friends with them with that
Hmm.
kid's mom, and she was like,
Yeah,
just hang out with them.
yeah.
Essentially, what this is, we're just always told, no, Israel's your friend. Israel's your greatest ally in the Middle East and in general. And they have spies and they shoot your ships and they claim that it was a giant mistake. And they might
Yeah.
be involved in 9/11 and they might be involved in a bunch of shit. And Charlie
JFK
Kirk, JFK,
assassination.
Charlie
Charlie Kirk.
Kirk,
Yeah.
dude, at some point it becomes not anti-Semitic. It becomes pattern recognition, where
Hmm.
someone pretends to be your homie, and then he fucks your shit up, and then he's like, "Nah, dude, that wasn't me. That was the other guy. That was the
Yeah.
Arab guy."
Manipulation is key.
Yeah, and you remember that I showed you the school that shows the indoctrination of what certain Christians
Oh
need to
yeah.
believe
Yeah.
about Judaism. So that started with the Schofield Reference Bible.
Okay.
So in 1909, um, let me see, in 1909, the first edition of the Schofield Bible was published in 1909. So essentially, it significantly influenced the Christian Zionist movement, referring to Schofield's interpretation of Genesis 12:3, the founder of Christian United. So sorry, John Hagee, the founder of Christians United for Israel, argued that the man or nation that lifts a voice or hand against Israel invites the wrath of God. So it wasn't until 1909 that we started saying that Israel. Um, so essentially, if you bless Israel, you will be
1909.
blessed. Yeah. If you go against Israel, God will go against you
Ah, yeah, yeah.
because they are the chosen people
Hmm.
of this Bible from
That's
1909.
that was also in the video that you showed us of the Christian people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that where they talk about that
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. So I tend to go to both sides of the political
spectrum.
spectrum, right?
Mm.
And during the time of Trump, I saw people like Ben Shapiro was a massive voice. I remember one of my bosses would
Well,
listen to Ben Shapiro.
he's Jewish as well, right?
He is Jewish, and he's one of the people that claims that Judeo-Christian values. So they say that Jews and Christians are very aligned.
Aligned.
That
Yeah.
everything we do is very aligned. Although, if you look at the Talmud, which a lot of Jews follow the Talmud, it contains references that some interpret as negative towards Jesus, but there is a debate among scholars about whether these references actually pertain to Jesus of the New Testament. Overall, the Talmud does not focus on Jesus. Uh, any mentions are peripheral and not central to the theme, but it does say that Jesus. Um, Let me see. Many such passages have been deemed blasphemous by historical Christian authorities. Most Talmudic stories featuring the name Yeshu are framed in time periods which is not synchronized with one another. They always have an excuse. I'm starting to realize this. There's always a
Who?
reason.
Israelis?
The Israelis, the Jews. There's always like, no, no, no. That's blown out of proportion.
Oh yeah. I mean
Yeah,
that's with anything though.
yeah. So in the Talmud, let me see. I'll pull this up so you can see it too. So in the Talmud contains several passages that some scholars believe reference Jesus, often using the name Yeshu. However, the interpretations of these passages vary widely. So there's claims of Jesus in hell. Some passages in the Talmud are interpreted by certain groups that suggest that Jesus is punished in hell, including references to him being associated with sorcery and deception. Specific texts mention a figure who is punished in a manner that has been described as being in excrement. Do you know what excrement is?
No.
Jizz, semen.
Oh.
But it is debated whether these references are directly about Jesus of Nazareth. The Talmud is a complex collection of text, and its discussions primarily center on Jewish law and tradition rather than on Jesus. So, right off the bat, um, it goes against what Christians believe because Christians believe that Jesus is the Son of God, right? He died
Hmm.
for our sins. If you follow Jesus, you are on the right path. It's the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit. It's all one, right? He was
Yeah.
he was essentially the embodiment of a good person, a good human, how you're supposed to
Hmm.
live. But
Yeah.
according to the Talmud, they see him as a sorcerer or a deceptor.
Mm.
So right off the rip, the Judeo-Christian thing doesn't really align.
Yeah.
I think I think it's definitely being used as a tool. They
Of
convince
manipulation.
Christians, yeah, they convince Christians that we align completely, and that's why you have to defend Israel because Israel is, they're the chosen people.
Hmm.
You can't go against God's word because the Bible it says it, you know.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
there's zero possibility that the Bible has been changed at all.
Yeah. There's no way to prove it.
There's no chance that the Bible has been changed. The Bible that we read now, there's no chance it has been manipulated at all.
There's just no way to prove it.
I'm being sarcastic, right?
Yeah, I
It's
know,
been
but I
okay.
know you are, but
'Cause
I agree. It probably has changed, but there's just no way to prove it.
there are older Bibles. There's like
Yeah, the Old
pre
Testament, the New Testament, but
no, no, no. I'm saying like
oh,
pre Old and New Testament. There's because most of the Bibles that we have are the King James version, right?
hmm,
There's
yeah, I think
Bibles
so.
that were
That's the New
pre.
Testament, is it not?
That's the Old Testament, or
Oh,
maybe
the
the
Old
New
Testament.
Testament too. I don't know, but there's a King James version, which a lot of people end up reading. A lot, I think it's a lot of Christians, a lot of Catholics,
Hmm.
and before that, there was other Bibles that were not touched by King James and
Mm,
not manipulated by other people
yeah,
that probably say a bunch of other shit that we don't even know.
yeah,
But going back to this, it's definitely being used as a tool to convince Christians that everything's a okay. Everything Israel's doing is fine because they're
hmm,
God's chosen people. They can
yeah,
do no wrong, even though they're killing people.
yeah,
Yeah, if you had God's chosen people, they would not be behaving this way.
hmm,
They would be acting of different way.
yeah. I agree. I don't know what else to say.
I,
I'm at a
I don't
loss
know.
for words.
I I don't know if I did this justice. I tried preparing, but it was hard to prepare everything and
No,
really.
it's very informative. I mean, I knew very little. I told you from the start, I knew very little about it. Researching was difficult but
eh,
I have seen a lot of things where it's like eye popping now, where I'm like, that's what that like something that I seen in the past, like on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
That I just brushed off, like I don't know what the fuck they're talking about now. It's like, oh, that actually makes sense now.
Yeah, there's there's a part in the Bible that says, "Beware of those that claim to be um, Israelites, that they are
Mm,
the synagogue of Satan," which is
mm,
another thing people use to say that the Zionists are essentially just devil worshippers, claiming to be the Israelites of the Bible.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of books too. There's a lot of older books. So there's one called "The Protocols of the Elders of Zion," which kind of goes over that stuff. So, according to this, it is a fraudulent document that served as a pretext to rationale for anti Semitism, mainly in the early 20th century. The document purported to be a report of a series of 24 meetings held in Basel, Switzerland in 1897, at the time of the First Zionist Congress. There, Jews and Freemasons were said to have made plans to disrupt Christian civilization and erect a world state under their joint rule. Liberalism and socialism were the means of subverting Christendom. If subversion failed, all the capitals of Europe were to be sabotaged. So this one's a fun read if you want to check that out, Alex.
mm. I
But
don't really read anymore.
that is one of the big I guess we call it a conspiracy that
You really don't like it being called a conspiracy.
I
Any
don't
of it.
I don't like putting things in the with the title of conspiracy, with being grouped as a conspiracy, because there's some stuff that really isn't a conspiracy,
Yeah.
but the word conspiracy is just it just means a group of people conspiring to do something, you
Yeah.
know so
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. It's been I don't know. I'm tired. What else do I have for you? Yeah. Okay. So, what I wanted to say was, I think Christians have been demonized in the past couple years, especially in America.
Hmm.
They get grouped with white nationalists, with Nazis. That
Yeah.
all that gets grouped together. When really Christianity is just it's a book telling you lessons how to be a good person,
Yeah.
and I don't understand why they're getting attacked so often. Then again,
What, Christians?
well, yeah, because they
Well,
get
it's
grouped with
with
the right
because
wing. Yeah,
well, not just that, but for example, like the neo Nazis, they consider themselves Christian people, and they're it's kind of similar. Like they
but
were
how many fucking neo Nazis are there? Like,
no, not a lot,
even if
but
there's a
dude,
thousand,
when it shows up on media though,
but
and that's what you see them specifically saying we are Christian people and we want this country to be a Christian country or whatever the fuck it is that they
well,
say.
it was a
Obviously,
Christian
it's not.
country,
Uh, well, that's what I mean though. Like, obviously, it's not a good look when you're doing fucking neo-Nazi shit.
I think that's done on purpose, though.
I
I think,
agreed.
yeah, they're put there on purpose. The news covers them nonstop, and then
Hmm.
they get now when someone thinks of a Christian, they think of the neo.
Well,
Like, they compare the two.
yeah, that's what
They
I
group
would.
them.
That's what I was trying to say. Is like when you think of a Christian, you're thinking of like the worst of the worst. What's being shown on media, on social media and stuff. So
We're just being manipulated
yeah.
nonstop. I'm actually thinking of converting to Christianity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
you
now
have
they
mentioned.
might they might call me a neo-Nazi. Apparently,
I don't think it. I don't think it's bad. I just think, like, at the end of the day, just be a good person. It's not that hard.
and that's the thing. People, I think there's good people on both sides.
On any side.
Yeah,
Well,
there's bad people on both sides. On any
yeah,
side, yeah,
yeah. Like,
good
just be
people,
a
bad
good
people,
person.
and most people are. I don't know,
So yeah,
dude. This shit's God. This and then the fucking Epstein stuff, which he was also.
that's even a deeper
You
hole
know
we
what I've
can
been
go
thinking
into.
about a lot? I've been thinking
What,
a lot about Ghislaine Maxwell and her dad, because
dude?
her dad was said to be a an asset for the Mossad, which is the CIA for
Mm.
Israel. And this dude owned the company that printed all of our books, our history books,
Oh, really?
our science books. Do you ever do you ever
I
think
didn't
about
know that.
this? Okay, so if you think about this, right? So let's say hypothetically, Israel has done some gnarly shit that they don't want us to know about. Because then if we start saying like, you know what, Israel's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I want to keep funding them.
Hmm.
But now they are able to print history to say certain things or to just not even talk about themselves.
Yeah.
Because when you learn about history, it's through these books, and these books, because teachers don't teach what they want to teach, right? They have to follow curriculum. They say
Yeah, and they
open your
follow
book
the
to
script.
page this,
Yeah.
open your book to page this. We're going to
Yeah.
take a test on what you just read on that book, the book that's printed by fucking Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, by
Hmm.
his company. And this is what we're learning.
Dude, I saw a video the other day, speaking of Ghislaine Maxwell, where someone
In
recorded,
Canada,
I think it was Canada, yes,
when
where
he
he
goes by and
recorded a
he's like,
lady, and
Ghislaine,
he, yeah,
Ghislaine, and
and
she's
she's
like,
like,
what?
no, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that someone broke it down, like all the facial features. I think it's a stretch. I think people could have similar. There's doppelgangers, but
Oh, they also, did you see the video of her doing the testimony in prison?
Ghislaine,
Yeah.
no,
So
I didn't see that.
okay, so there's a video of her doing a testimony in prison, right?
Hmm.
And they did a facial recognition on that, and it doesn't look anything like her. Her nose is different.
Hmm.
They're saying that there's a body double standing in for
Mm.
her
Oh, at the one that
in
was,
prison.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Damn.
possible that she's out and about. Same with
Damn.
Epstein, dude. I've seen pictures of Epstein. They could
Yeah.
be AI, so it's hard to tell if it's real or not.
Yeah.
But there's pictures of Epstein in Israel. Maybe, maybe not, but it's a possibility.
Speaking of Epstein files, I'm a completely go off subject now, but
No,
I
this is
thought it
kind of
was
on subject.
no, it's not. It's really
Oh,
not.
okay.
The
Oh, okay.
Epstein files. Have you heard of the Dan Hooker files?
No. Wait, who's Dan
You,
Hooker again?
Dan Hooker's a UFC fighter.
Dan Hooker. Let me see.
Don't look up the info.
No, no, no. I'm just okay.
He's a
Okay. Okay.
Australian UFC fighter. He's from
Okay.
Australia. He has the same fight camp as Israel Adesanya. I don't know who else is in that fight camp, but Israel Adesanya is another big one that they're in the same fight camp.
Okay.
Well, here I'm gonna tell you what happened, and then I'll show you what I found. So he got exposed by his side piece. So he's been cheating on his wife. He has a wife and kids. He's been cheating on her for years with a side chick, right? And he
Oh,
was
with the
with
same chick?
no, yeah, with this side chick, and he's had that side chick forever, right?
Okay.
Well, this side chick, she exposed him, and she got mad at him because he cheated on her with somebody else, right?
Jesus.
And she ended up, the side chick ended up, apparently Dan Hooker has an open relationship with his wife. Maybe his wife was aware, maybe he was not. I don't know the information about that. But the side chick ended up exposing him because she caught him with a man, multiple men.
Like
Yeah,
in
that
person or
no,
oh,
like
texting
texts,
dudes.
text. Yeah, and she was like, I think she put on Instagram. She's like I'm okay if you're gonna cheat on me with a girl, like that's okay, but I'm not gonna be cheated on when you're cheating with me with other men. And she had completely exposed that. And then I found this where they talk about it, dude. It's been huge. It's been all over my social media, anyways.
I've heard nothing about this.
Dude, crazy. But yeah, like that's Dan Hooker right there. If you don't know him by face, but
Yeah, I looked them up right now.
Dan Hooker finds himself in the middle of a significant family feud. Not only did this is by Yahoo, by the way. Not only did he allegedly get caught cheating with another man, but he is also now at war with Andy Burnaugh, his wife's father. Talking about his success. So Dan Hooker has been unfaithful to his wife, of whom he has 2 children, but reports suggest his infidelity may have gone further than just another woman. According to a woman who claims to be his former mistress, going by the name of Keek Grace on Instagram,
I'm gonna
which
look
it
her
was
up.
on Instagram where she exposed him. Hooker had relations with another man during his marriage, leading to the ongoing scandal surrounding his name. He started paying for my life completely and utterly, the woman claimed in a revealing post against Hooker on Instagram. I had all his cards on my Apple Pay. Yeah, who gives a fuck? I tried to leave this man so many fucking times, but he'd always get me back with something shiny and new. Every time he cheated on me, he'd buy me a new bag. So, yes, he played up a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. To the point where I had a wish list on my phone that was shared with him on iCloud. So every time he'd do something, he'd have to buy me something off the wish list. Every time he cheated on me, and I kind of started looking on his phone every time, like trying to find a new bitch, a new problem, so I could get a new bag. Until I found out it was a man. When I seen the man,
Damn.
everything changed. So again, she was like, I'm okay with you cheating on me, but once I find out it's a man, game over.
She could have gotten way more money if she just would have been like, "Yeah, I know
True.
you're gay, dude," because he's
Uh,
already a cheater. She already
oh, and
knows
I
that.
guess
So
I guess Dan Hooker has since responded saying, "What I
what I
miss? No
miss,
shit.
I'm
I'm
gay
gay
now.
now." Okay.
That is a good way to deflect.
Yeah. But so going back to his fight camp, there's obviously there's allegations with Israel Adesanya being gay too. Like people think he's a little on the feminine side, does some weird things. And then there's another guy that's from that same camp. What's his name? He's in the flyweight. He fought Brandon Moreno. What's his name? No, not
Figueredo.
Figueiredo. He's
Oh,
Australian. The Australian where Moreno kicked him in the stomach and beat him that way. I
oi,
forget his
mate.
name though.
I
I
don't know.
forget his fucking name. But anyways, he was gonna fight Manel Kopp, and Kopp said him and his fight camp, they're all a bunch of F words. The gay slur.
The
Yeah.
gay F word. Are you
Yeah.
talking about Urseg?
No, not Urseg.
Oh,
Not fuck, I can't think of his name. Kai Kara France.
oh.
Kai Kara France. Him.
Wait. So who's the one that called them all gay F words?
Manel Kopp. Man.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
black dude.
the guy that
Yeah.
was fighting for any of those who don't know, we're talking about the word fag. Just in case, you know, just in case you're wondering what the gay F word is.
I think they could have fucking gotten it, but okay.
I'm just trying to help you out, just in case you're driving. I don't want you to have to look Google. Hey, what is the gay F word? What does that mean? You're welcome.
But yeah, dude, crazy. This happened. I think it was on Friday when it came out, so it's fresh.
The older I get, the more I realize how many people are just gay.
Yeah,
Just dude, because I was looking at like the whole Diddy thing. We forget to talk about
yeah,
Diddy.
Diddy,
Diddy with Justin Bieber, with
Usher,
Usher, dude, all those guys except 50 Cent, I guess, because 50 Cent is the
50
one
Cent's going
calling them
hard
all
on
out, dude.
them, dude.
This dude's been shot 8 times, or how many times was it? Nine,
Dude,
10, maybe, whatever.
there are memes about. I see why you got shot 9 times now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
50 Cent's fucking funny though.
yeah. Um, real quick though, to go back to Israel and politics, not
Okay.
Israel Adesanya being a gay F word, but Israel and politics. I think we really need to take a look at the amount of politicians that vote yes on giving Israel more money because you have to think that they're the ones that they have blackmail on.
Yeah, valid.
Because we've found out that essentially Jeffrey Epstein was just videotaping people doing some shit that they don't want coming out. Because if you get a massage, get a happy ending from a girl that said she was 18, but then she turns out to be 15, 16, and you don't want that coming out. now you're compromised. Now you're going to vote whichever way I want you to vote because now I have blackmail on you.
Mm.
And Jeffrey Epstein was essentially working for Israel. Essentially. I'm not saying, for sure, but essentially he was working for Israel. And yeah, all of our politicians are corrupt. Everybody has blackmail. We need to restart the entire system.
Yeah, that would be ideal, but it's going to be tough with how divided we are as a country right now.
Not really, though. There's one thing that I've come that I think both sides can agree on
What is that?
is anybody that hurts children
Okay.
needs to go down.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of those things that
Yeah.
everybody can agree on, right? Because
I
we
think
can't
everybody
agree
is on
on
board.
immigration, we can't agree on abortion, we can't agree on pretty much anything else. But I think the one thing we can agree on is we should not be hurting children. Anybody that hurts a child needs to be hung.
I think most people, majority of the people, there's a lot of people who are fucking completely got fucking those congressmen, those politicians by the balls, and they're just like, nope, whatever they say goes.
Hmm.
But I think the majority of people, whether left or right, are like, yep, release the Epstein files. Who gives a fuck who's on them? Fuck them all.
And see the only bad thing is people only focus on the Epstein files because I've seen a lot of people online being like, "Oh, Biden, Obama, they're not on the Epstein files." They're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, we miss when presidents were proper and all this
Mm-hmm.
shit." But if you go back to Pizzagate, that one involved Hillary
Yeah.
Clinton, all Huma Abedin,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Weiner, the Podestas, um, fuck, what's his name? Obama, Biden.
Yeah.
They were all in there because Obama ordered $64,000 worth of hot dogs for one party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. Fucking. Do you remember the what's that website that sells furniture that was
Oh
caught up
yeah.
in a conspiracy as
What was
well?
it? I forget the name of the furniture, but I do remember we talked about it in the pizza. I think it was a Pizzagate
Was it?
episode. I think it might have been that episode.
Yeah, dude, what kind of fucking random piece of furniture goes for $16,000? It's just like a filing
Yeah.
cabinet, dude.
Yeah.
And then people started finding missing people, like missing
Mm-hmm.
children, and then compared it to the name for that
Yeah.
cabinet, and it
Yeah.
was like $17,000 for that fucking cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's this whole thing's fucked up. I don't think people are angry enough. Honestly, I don't think people are bothered enough about all this shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first found out about this, it was in 2016. That's when I first got into I started looking into conspiracies, and dude, it's a fucking rabbit hole. That's when I heard. That's
Yeah.
when I first heard about human trafficking,
Yeah.
um, all this other shit, and it's depressing, dude.
I can imagine. Yeah.
It's
I
fucked up.
mean, not it is very depressing. Fucking, it's a dark world out there, dude.
Yeah, it is, but like we just continue just doing nothing
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's depressing. We need to figure this out. We need to we need to get together on Sundays, kids, and figure out what the fuck we're doing. Figure out what these politicians are doing and start hanging them. God damn it. Anyway, how are you doing, Alex?
Shit. I'm on depressed now.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just
We'll
playing.
we'll have fun episodes coming up. Not talking about all this stuff. Last one though, I have for you, Alex.
Okay.
Theo Vaughn on Joe Rogan mentioned Israel, and Joe Rogan kind of panicked. I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't. You have the
Okay,
video?
yeah, I got you.
How much longer does Israel let us stay alive, do you think? That's the big question.
Why are they?
What did you say? Is that AI?
What are you saying?
That's Sora?
What are you saying?
I didn't say anything.
What are you saying?
Huh? They want Israel Adesanya.
Oh, well, he loves you. Don't worry about it.
Good call.
What are you saying, son?
Say you were playing the game Mario or something,
Right.
and one day Mario, instead of just going this way on the screen, he fucking turns and looks at you, and he's like, "I see what you're doing." That's what it feels like we are right now. Like we're looking
Right.
at the people controlling everything, and be like,
Yeah.
Oh, comment down below and
Did you see his little what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so oh fuck, I don't think I have it, but I started looking up who owns Spotify, and essentially just to see who's paying Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it's some Jews. So I think
The Jewish
him and
corporation.
Tony Hinchcliffe, anytime Israel gets brought up, they panic, dude. They start they start kind of freaking out, and they shut it down quick. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I do
I don't know
remember
if-
we talked about that yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
But I've never seen that video. But yeah, he definitely was like, it definitely seemed like he was panicking.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever see any of the Theo Von on Rogan, any of the what's the fat gay guy? Tim Dillon.
Oh.
Tim Dillon. There's another guy, Kurt Metzger, that went on. That's just full blown conspiracies, and it's really not conspiracies. It's just he's just kind of calling it out, but everything gets labeled a conspiracy. Check those out if you're gonna watch Joe Rogan. Check those out, because then, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He had another guy on that would refuse to say the word minor. He was like, yeah, the Epstein had young people on his island.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know, dude.
Damn. Well,
This really
folks,
depressed me.
It really did.
I'm sorry, guys.
Usually when we do fucking conspiracy theories, which again, you hate the fucking conspiracy term
Label.
the label, yeah, but yeah, because it was the same way with Pizzagate too. We were like, damn, this is all sad.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, realistically, it is depressing, but it's happening. Like it's like Epstein and Pizzagate can't really be considered conspiracies anymore, because it like Pizzagate was essentially just emails were released, just like the Epstein stuff. It was
Yeah.
emails that were released, a bunch of cryptic messages, like they were using pizza, hot dogs, all these code words to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And there's FBI files that tell you what code words are used for what, and it's this whole thing's fucked up.
Yeah.
But we have
really
to talk. Someone has to talk about it. I know a lot of people are talking about it, but you just I don't know. Something needs to be figured out. Something needs to be done. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll try to have a fun episode next week, Alex. I'm sorry. I did tell you though, the Israel conversation wasn't going to be a fun.
We might not have another
entertaining.
episode.
No, we're fine. Nobody listens to us. We only have like 30 followers. We're fine. If we're Rogan talking about Israel, then
we're fucked.
Yeah. Shout out to Tucker Carlson though for calling them out on their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have time, anybody listening, if you're wasting your time listening to No Real Plan, go listen to Tucker Carlson. That guy knows what he's doing.
Or go look at that documentary.
Oh yeah.
I honestly kind of want to look into it.
Yeah,
It
the
seemed
Dancing
interesting.
Israeli documentary.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
It's called 9/11 Suspects, but
there you go.
one of the
And
episodes is the Dancing Israelis.
Yeah, and one of them's Rudy Giuliani, which I'm kind of curious to see what that is. And don't forget that Building 7 also fell on 9/11.
What
And
is
also
that?
the Pentagon was apparently a plane crashed, even though there's no video footage of this, even though the Pentagon has numerous cameras. And there was no plane parts after the fucking the building was hit. There's no plane parts at all. And it just so happened to be the fucking file area where they keep all the files of all the monetary documents after they mishandled $30 trillion or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. I don't think the Pentagon has ever passed an audit, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
We've spoken about that. I think you've mentioned that in a previous episode before.
I'm sure I have. I don't shut
Yeah.
up about these things. Because it pisses me off, dude. It's like, why the fuck don't we audit them? I get audited every fucking year. And if I'm
Yeah.
missing $20, the IRS sends me numerous letters. Hey, you're still missing the $20 you owe us.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. What if we go check the Pentagon? What if we go check the IRS? See what you guys have been mishandling.
I'm
God
on
damn
board
it.
with that.
God damn it.
Fuck
I'm getting
taxes.
angry again. I gotta go to work tomorrow too. God damn it.
All work.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. You want to see the chickens real quick?
The chickens?
Yeah, the Jews with the chickens.
Oh, okay.
Fuck it.
Are we gonna be able to?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's public. They do it in public in New York. So these are the Hasids. These are the Hasidic Jews.
Yom Kippur, tens of thousands of Hasidic Jews in Brooklyn will purchase and physically handle live chickens in the largest wet market in the country. With little to no PPE, they will swing the chickens around their heads as part of an annual atonement ritual called Kapporos. The chickens will be killed in about 30 pop-up slaughterhouses erected without permits on public streets in violation of 8 New York City health codes. The body parts, blood, and feces of thousands of animals will contaminate the streets for days. Because they're held in crates for up to several days with no food, water, protection from weather extremes, or veterinary care, many of the animals develop compromised immune systems and show signs of respiratory disease.
Poor chickens.
Chickens make each other sick, and they also infect people who handle them with E. coli and Campylobacter. If the viruses that they harbor commingle and mutate into a more dangerous strain, then these wet markets could be the source of another zoonotic disease outbreak. According to a toxicologist who studied fecal and blood samples taken during Kapporos, the ritual poses a significant public health hazard. Hasn't COVID-19 been disruptive and deadly enough?
This is just absolute insanity. Absolute insanity in the middle of New York City. Look at this. Look at this. Are you kidding me?
Damn.
And they call this a mitzvah. They say this is a good deed. This kid is a slaughterhouse worker in the middle of the street in New York City. This is Division and Lee in Brooklyn, New York. And there's a trash can right there overflowing with dead bodies. Overflowing with dead bodies. And everyone's complicit. Everyone's complicit. They think it's funny. They think it's awesome. They think that they're superior to us because we don't participate in crap like this. This is just unreal. Oh my God. Collecting the dead bodies. They had to start a new trash can of dead chickens because that other one's overflowing. Look how back up they are. They have all this staff over there. They have all these people processing the bodies and they can't even keep up pace with all the chickens that they're killing. And we just take this. We just let this happen.
Before
Damn.
What do you think about that, Alex?
That's wild.
This is one of the rituals I talked about that it's just it's kind of questionable, dude. I'm not trying to sound anti-Semitic.
New York.
I'm not trying to sound anti-Semitic, but holy fuck, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, that was weird.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Mexicans were just like putting rabbits over their head to put their atonement on there, and then you just slaughter them in the middle of the
Gabby,
street?
don't watch that one. Don't watch it.
Oh yeah, Gabby. Well, Gabby doesn't listen to this, dude.
Just in case, even though we said it too late, but
Fair enough. Wait till she hears about the Moyles. Holy fuck. Remember the Moyles?
yeah, I do.
If anybody has some time on their hands, look up a Moyle. Mohel. It's the people that do circumcisions and then suck the penis off of kids. I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just looking at things and saying like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Just asking the question. What a good way to end it, huh?
All right, folks.
I'm sorry.
Dude.
I'm sorry. I could have ended it. Yeah, we should have ended it a little earlier. Anyway, next week, tune in for more Jewish talk. No, I'm just kidding. We might have something a little more fun. Oh, actually, I do have some fun stuff for next week. It's not actually fun. It's more fucked up shit going on in the world. This is your reality now, Alex. You thought this podcast was an escape? It's not. It's just more sadness.
It's a trap.
Yeah, you work your 12 to 16 hours, and then you come out and be like, you know what? Hopefully, Omar has some fun shit to talk about, and then I have this. No, I try to have something fun. I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening. Hopefully, this was informative. Hopefully, you got something out of this episode, and it wasn't just nonsense.
All right, folks.
I'll try not
We'll
to
see you
drink
next
that
week.
much next time. Anyway,
See
all right.
you on the
Love you
next one.
guys. Goodbye.
Bye.